Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe on YouTube, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'll give some shouts out to the early birds. Dex Dockett, turn your cap off, player. Appreciate you. Elder Meshaw, what up? DJ Marksman, Landy Smith, Kristen Sidney, Souls Hours. I'm going to go in, fam. Everybody else is going to have to catch up. We put a pic up for Fatman Scoop up here. Yeah, man. Scoop checked out on us, man. I brought you the story last night when it first broke of Scoop collapsing on stage. Yeah, so last night when he collapsed, CPR was performed. Apparently Scoop didn't make it, y'all. This is according to his tour manager, who posted, "I am honestly lost for words. You took me all over the world and had me performing alongside you on some of the biggest and greatest stages on this planet. The things you have taught me have truly made me the man I am today. Thank you so much. I love you, X." Reminisce Festival, where Fatman Scoop was set to perform September 7, also posted to Instagram saying, "It is with the deepest sorrow that we at Reminisce have received the devastating news of the tragic passing of the legendary Isaac Freeman III, known to all of us as Fatman Scoop. This loss has left us all heartbroken. Fatman Scoop worked with a ton of big names in hip hop over the years, collaborating with Missy Elliott, Mariah Carey, and Jermaine Dupri, just to name a few. Following his collapse and being rushed to the hospital, Hamden Mayor Lauren Garrett asked fans to please keep him in your thoughts and prayers. The report says that he's 53, but Fatman Scoop birthday ain't till November. He was 52 years old. So y'all know how we do, fam, in these type of situations. I pretty much just go live to open the floor up, give you guys some space to fellowship. If you got any Fatman Scoop stories, let's hear them, fam. And I'll be speaking a little bit more on this, on what's going on. Like, it's a big deal right now with people in the hip hop space who are falling dead from health related issues. I got something real heavy I'm gonna say in a minute, fam, but I want to just put some more facts out here first. So just a little bit about Fatman Scoop. He was a rapper, hype man, and radio personality. He was noted for his booming, raw vocal presence on various hip hop songs. He was best known for his guest performances on the 2005 singles Lose Control by Missy Elliott and It's Like That by Mariah Carey. The songs peaked at number 3 and 16, respectively, on the Billboard Hot 100, while the former won the Grammy Award for Best Music Video and received the nomination for Best Rap Song. Prior, his 1999 sleeper hit single, Be Faithful, featuring the Crooklyn Clan, entered the Hot Rap Songs and Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart and peaked the UK Singles chart. Fatman Scoop first came to prominence with the release of single Be Faithful, which topped the charts in the UK and the Republic of Ireland in October 2003. And it peaked within the top 10 of the charts in Denmark and Australia. The song had been a favorite in clubs around the world for years, but it took 2 years to clear the samples from Jay-Z, Black Sheep, Queen Pen, the Beatnuts, and Faith Evans. He collaborated with numerous artists such as Lil Jon, Mariah Carey, Janet Jackson, Whitney Houston, Pitbull, Skrillex, among others. In 2004, he was featured in the UK TV series Chancers, broadcast on Channel 4, mentoring 6 British musicians trying to achieve success in the United States. In July 2006, a club promoter in New Bern, North Carolina, sued the sheriff of Craven County, North Carolina, after a 2003 concert held there was shut down by the sheriff due to a noise complaint. The suit asked for more than $10,000 in lost wages and punitive damages. Fatman Scoop owned an ice cream parlor and hosted a relationship show podcast. He also appeared as himself on the TV series Boondocks. The Story of Gangstalicious Part 2 from the same season. However, since the show premiered, the relationship between Fatman Scoop and his wife soured, and they subsequently divorced. On October 27, 2015, he entered the celebrity Big Brother 16 UK versus USA house in the United Kingdom as a contestant. On September 14th, he was the 3rd housemate to be evicted on day 20, where he finished in 11th place. In July 2024, Fatman Scoop collaborated with Tech Nine on the single No Popcorn. On August 30th, 2024, Fatman Scoop collapsed during a performance in Haddam, Connecticut. He was rushed to the hospital where he died at the age of, well, it says 53 again. So maybe I'm wrong. But it's saying he died at the age of 53. Let's do the math here. He was 52 though, because I remember his birthday is November 28th. He was born in 1971. So if his birthday, November 28th, born in 1971, he's 5 years younger than me. I'm 57. My birthday is November 1st. I will be 58. If he's 5 years younger than me, he will be 53. all of the information that I've seen about his birth date was November 28, 1971. So Fatman Scoop was 52 years old, regardless of what some of these reports are saying. I'm going with my own data, going with my own research. As I mentioned earlier, fam, I'm gonna drop something heavy on y'all. I got to hit y'all with some truth bombs. I got to hit you with some truth bombs. A lot of people in my generation are dropping like flies at a picnic. I mean, out at a party, on stage performing, chilling at home, at the radio station doing an interview. People are dropping dead left and right. And the primary reason for that is we are just not taking care of our bodies. Family, take care of your body and your body will take care of you. These bodies that we have are temporary housing. We're only supposed to occupy them for so much length of a time. I hear a lot of times people say, well, you got to die of something. True story, but why rush it? This is for all the people that say that all the time. Well, you got to die of something. True story, but why rush it? You know, human beings are the only animals that purposely eat things that will kill them. Let me back up. That purposely eat things that they know will kill them. Even a dog, once they eat some candy, something that messed them up, they don't eat it anymore. If they eat something that gives them the bubble guts, they're not eating it again. They're not going to eat it twice. We also, even if we're, let's say, in good shape, let's say we eat correctly. A lot of times we overextend ourselves. We overcommit. We overwork ourselves. You got to get your sleep, man. You got to get your rest. I run currently 5 companies. Right now, I'm writing a movie script. Movie scripts are a lot of work. A lot of work. Especially when you're dealing with a series. Hours and hours a day it takes. And you know, when those juices are flowing, when you're being creative, you don't want to stop. But I had to fix my mind, fix my brain to say, okay, I'm gonna hit this last piece and I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting it down because I got to give my body some rest. What good is it that we go out here and we conquer the world and we kill ourselves in the process? I don't want to get rich or die trying. I've never wanted to die trying to get rich. That don't make sense to me. I mean, I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It sounds cool, you know, but nah, you ain't got to die to get rich. It's too many ways to get rich legally and healthy. I ain't finna die to get rich. You know what I'm saying? Or richer. I'm not finna die to get richer. I didn't die to get rich. I wasn't willing to die to get rich. We got to take care of ourselves. And I'm going to tell you something else, fam. We're passing bad habits down to the next generation. Everybody got well, not everybody, but many of us have a consumption problem. Overindulging. Whatever we want it. We don't care what the consequences are. Even if it's somebody else's woman or somebody else's man, we want it, we're going to go get it. We got to get it. Got to have it. No matter what the cost, no matter what the cost is, it could be death. We want it. We got to go get it. But that's a whole other ball of wax. So let me pull back, get back on track here. We are eating out 7 days a week. Granted, we are eating some of the best foods, but we don't know what they're putting in that food. We don't know what they put on that shrimp, on that lobster, on that steak. We don't know what's in there. All we know is it tastes good. All we know is that rice, them peas, them collard greens. We know that dessert tastes good. We don't know what's in it though. We know that drink tastes good, but we don't know what's in it. I try not to be a party pooper when I go out, which I seldom do these days. But when I go out, it's sad, fam. I'm looking around and it's sad. I'm talking specifically when I go out to the younger spots. I go to the younger spots because I'm still in hip hop. Hip hop is a young people's sport. So, and I still work with younger artists. So I got to see what's going on. It's business more so than anything for me. But sometimes I also go out to younger spots because, you know, I got family and friends who sometimes want me to come out and support their events and stuff. And so I'll go out and I'll do that. But when I look around, and it's not just the younger spots also, let me correct that. Some of these spots are, you know, grown folks anywhere from, 30 to 60 years old. And you know what they're in there doing? Way up here, the drink just flowing down in their mouth. They don't know how much they're drinking. They don't know how many shots because they ain't taking shots. They just pouring it down their mouth now. And it's all fun. It's all good. Until you blow out your liver, till you blow out your kidneys, till you get a blood clot, pulmonary embolism. It's all good. I see it, family. People just be just celebrating, and like, and I'm looking and I'm going like, boy, we're gonna have a crisis, not a problem. We're gonna have a crisis in the next 15, 20 years. It's gonna be so many people in this country suffering from the effects of a bad lifestyle, all of that damn drinking. Family, I got a full bar in my house. I got an entire wine cellar. I got every type of alcohol you can think of, the good stuff especially. And I probably go to it once every other week at the most. If I get on a streak, once a week. We just lost B King in Houston. B King, one of our best, one of the greatest artists and people that Houston has ever produced. B King died of pulmonary embolism. He had a blood clot. He collapsed at the radio station while doing an interview. So my point, fam, is what good is it to get all this money, get all of this notoriety, and not be able to go the distance and enjoying it? I'm talking about live a long, healthy life. I mean, what's the point? Especially when you got children, you got a woman, you got a husband, wife, whatever. You got people who are counting on you. I would think that it would be incumbent upon you to say, you know what? My life is more valuable than me. It's even bigger than me. Especially if you have children, because once you give life, life is bigger than yours. I wrote that for a Ghetto Boy song. Once you give life, life is bigger than yours. You would think somebody would stop and say, you know what, man? Yeah, my life is too valuable for me to just put all this junk in my mouth, put all this junk in my body. I'm gonna pump my brakes. I'm talking about alcohol right now, fam, because alcohol is a big cause of the health issues that we have. Alcohol and drugs. But when you talk about alcohol, well, it could have a serious toll on your health. If you think about your brain, alcohol interferes with the brain's communication pathways. Alcohol can affect the way the brain operates. Those disruptions can change mood, It could change your behavior, and it can make it harder for you to simply function or get along with folks. It can damage your heart. That alcohol can cause you to have a stroke. That alcohol can give you high blood pressure. That alcohol can even contribute to drooping of the heart muscle. Man, there's so many effects of that alcohol. So many. And if you're a heavy drinker, whoa. Now you're getting down to fibrosis, alcoholic hepatitis. It affects your pancreas. It can cause cancer. And obviously, it weakens your immune system. And when your immune system is weakened, it makes your body a much easier target for disease. Think about what I'm saying, fam. A weakened immune system makes your body an easier target for disease. So I'm not saying don't drink at all. You know, I can't even say that because I don't do it. I mean, I would, let me put it like this. If you can do it, do it. That would be best. But I'd be hypocritical to just tell you don't do it. I mean, you know, I ain't gonna tell nobody nothing. I would say do what makes you sleep good. But I'm not gonna do it. I don't see myself not drinking alcohol ever again. I don't see that. But I I drink alcohol occasionally, periodically. But I would say anything that you do, you know, whether it's drinking alcohol or eating that favorite sweet dessert, whatever it is, do it in moderation. Whatever it is, just do it in moderation. I think you should do everything in moderation except love. I think you should. The world needs love. God, boy, we need some love in this world. It's the only thing that's too little of. Who said that? But the world needs now love, sweet love. Is that Dionne Warwick? Her voice comes to my mind. Dionne Warwick's voice comes to mind. Let me see. Let's see who sings that. What the world Song by, no. Wait a minute. Maybe it's a remake. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing. There's too little love. Okay, it says when songwriting team Burt Bacharach and Hal David released the song What the World Needs Now is Love, originally sung by Jackie DeShannon in 1965, the United States was deeply divided over the war in Vietnam. So Jackie DeShannon sung the song originally, but Dionne Warwick is the one that blew it up. Dionne Warwick made it what it is, and that's the version that most people listen to. And that's the version that most people cite as one of the greatest songs ever. What the world needs now. Man, that's a cold song right there. We got to do better, fam. We got to do better. And we got to, if you got small kids, you got to be an example. They got to see you eating healthy. If every time you get ready to eat, you pulling up at a fast food restaurant and you grabbing that type of food, they're going to grow up liking that. If you raise your kids to like fruits and vegetables, they'll think fruits and vegetables is the best thing in the world. But if you keep them away from it, you got to hope and pray that they'll somehow find their way to it. You got to be cognizant that kids don't listen to what you say. They watch what you do. So I don't know where Fatman Scoop was in his health journey. It looked like at one point he was losing weight. But we got to be aware that, just losing weight is not enough. Just losing weight. You still got to exercise, which reminds me that I got to get out there right now. Probably going to go do some running today. But got to get out of the house, move that body, get those motor skills to working. I mean, right now, family, we're in a bigger fight for our lives than ever, because it's not just about what we're eating. It's what's in what we're eating. And the CDC, our government is allowing people to put all kinds of toxic stuff in our foods and our food and water and drinking supply. Yeah, you can just be drinking water and not know that it's something toxic in that water. It's all kind of lead and stuff being in that water. You don't know what's in that water. You cannot trust the government because they really don't care about us. We're on our own. We have to do our own research. We cannot take for granted that because it's on a store shelf that the government has done its due diligence and is looking out for us. They don't care about us. They've sold out to the highest bidder. They're selling their soul for the bankroll. They getting paper. They've sold us out to special interest groups. They've sold us out to the lobbyists. The lobbyists run Congress now. The congressmen and women, they don't run Congress. They're bought and paid for by lobbyists. So When a company wants to put something on the shelf to sell to us, all they got to do is stroke a check big enough to make them say, okay, cool. And it's done. They're not going to stop and say, no, we can't do this. This will kill our people. This is going to harm people. This is going to hurt people. This is going to make people have autism. This is going to make young babies have autism. This is going to cause cancer in mothers. No, we can't do this. They don't care. They going to sell us out. So we got to do our own. Man, every time I look at something, I'm reading everything, man. Every time I go in the store anywhere, man, before I start messing with it, I'm looking at everything. I'm reading everything. Got to read everything, man. These people, they got us, man. They doing us dirty out here. So we got to do our own due diligence. It's at the point now where I've lost so many friends to health related issues, young people, you know, talking about 30s, 40s, 50s, young. The bodies are starting to really pile up, especially when it comes to obesity. Obesity is a big problem in America. It's a big, 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 big problem. And ain't nobody tripping. If you say something about it, you call somebody on it, your body shaming. Everything in America that's adversely affects us as a society has been given a pass and an excuse for people to continue the behavior. Because all somebody have to do is throw out the proverbial, don't judge. Just don't judge, you know. People say that. That's so that they can do what they do. They can act reckless without being called out. They can just do what they want to do without being called out. Well, you know, long as you ain't hurting nobody, yeah, you know, you're hurting somebody. Even if it's you doing something reckless and you got this sick behavior, whatever it is you're doing, at the very least, somebody else is watching you. And it could be planting seeds in their head to make them think that behavior is okay. And then they go out and do the same thing. And then it spreads like wildfire. These little don't judges out here, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. And the trip part about it is everybody judge. Even the people who say don't judge. They judging you for judging them. Everybody judge. Why do you think that people brush their teeth really early in the day? You know, like if you didn't live with somebody, sometimes you may not brush your teeth. You might get up in the morning and just start doing other stuff and not even get around to brushing your teeth till noon or something. But if you live with somebody and you know you got to come, you know, You brush your teeth because you don't want nobody to be calling you stink breath. You brush your hair, you comb your hair. You present yourself. You make yourself presentable before you walk out the door because you know you're going to be judged. And other people do the same thing because you're going to judge them. When people have a problem with somebody being called out for dressing inappropriate or whatever, it's usually because they do the same thing. So they want that same consideration. When we talk about home cooking, can you cook? Ain't nobody trying to make you no slave. You're trying to live. And really, you're helping yourself too. You helping yourself by cooking at home and not just going out all the time and eating out all the time. You helping yourself in the process. That was a time, fam, hand to the man. That was a time for about 3 years. The only time I didn't eat out is if I ate at a friend's house. I'm talking about breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything ordered. Everything. For about 3 years straight. I don't get down like that anymore. I don't do that, man. But once you start eating home cooked meals, I don't care what's out there, man. You would prefer a home cooked meal, especially because you know home cooked meal gonna be cooked with love, and you know what's going in it. You know that piece of steak didn't get dropped on the floor and put back on the plate, because you know that go on at restaurants all the time. You think they're gonna throw away a $30 steak? They're gonna drop a steak on the floor and just throw that $30 away? Man, they're gonna drop that steak on the floor. Put a little sauce on it, drop it back down if they have to. I mean, if it was some sauce on it, but other than that, they sprinkle that thing, put a little bit more, put some little seasoning on that bad boy, you'll never know. A lot of times they just take it and put it right back on the plate. You wouldn't know. Restaurant, eat a little something. Oh, I'm sorry. What can we do to make it better? How about, we'll take care of the bill. Yeah. You don't never know what these people got going on. Y'all know I was just dealing with something like that. I was just dealing with something like that. A few weeks ago, went into a restaurant in Houston, and this chick named Diana at La Madeleine restaurant in Houston had her gloves on, and she stuffed some trash in the trash can with those same contaminated hands. She opened the oven and grabbed my croissants and put them in the bag with her hand like right there in front of me, like I'm like, I see you. So I'm like, I had to check. I said, hey, are those mine? Yeah, yeah. So she looking at me and she catch me before I even tell her, can she change gloves? What you want me to change? I said, yeah, can you change your gloves? And she going on the attitude. I said, excuse me, something wrong? Yeah, I got a problem. Yeah, that problem. And I said, is that a problem? Yeah, I got a problem. It's people like you. I got a problem with people like you. If she did that in front of me, fam, imagine what they're doing when we're not watching. I'm watching her do it. Imagine what they're doing when we're not watching. And this was at a relatively upscale breakfast restaurant. This is at an upscale breakfast restaurant. So imagine what they got going on in McDonald's and some of these other places. Oh, by the way, I did get her fired. Yeah, that's right. I got her fired. Had some people on my Instagram, oh, Willie D acting like a male Karen. Willie D, man, that's weak. Why'd you get her fired? You know, you could have just told her to change her gloves. Why you get a what do you say? Why you what is the person? Why you get a minimum wage worker fired and da da da? Family. It's either these people are really nasty themselves, they nasty and are cool with something like that themselves, or they was just trolling because they didn't like the complexion of the chick that I did that to. Oh, let me back up. They didn't like me because somebody my complexion did that to somebody that was her complexion. They better be glad that's all I did, because the old Willie D would have jumped over that counter. They better be glad God's still working on me. Better be glad God ain't gave up on me. They mad at me because I stood up for myself. It's some nasty people out there, family. Very, very nasty people. I call her Dirty Diana. That's her name. Dirty Diana. You got to stand up for yourself, fam. I don't let nobody make it. I'm not letting you make it. I actually, she would have been good if when I caught her, she would have said, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I just forgot. It slipped. It's quite possible that something like that could happen. A slip could happen. It could be a mistake. Perhaps that was something that was pathological for her, but perhaps it could have been a mistake, right? All she had to do is say, oh, I'm sorry, sir. What was I don't know what I was thinking. Took the gloves off, put some new gloves on, and everything would have been cool. I would have just went on, let her make it. I wouldn't have trusted her again, but I would have let her make it that time. And everything would have been cool. But now she had to switch gears and say, and do the facial expressions. She had to become a, she had to contort her face, all that stuff, and and get nasty with me. Like, yeah, I got a problem with people like you. And yeah, dude, you don't know what I've been going through. You don't know what I'm. You don't know what I've been going through. So, because you're going through something, you make somebody else go through something. If I'm having a bad day and I go to the restaurant and I talk crazy to an employee, am I justified because I'm having a bad day? Like, yeah, I got to be crazy, man. Ain't nobody going to handle me like that. And there's going to be some repercussions, some one way or the other. Hey, lucky I took the high road. That's the road that I decided to take. There's a whole lot of people that would have taken a whole different approach. So she got fired. She'll be all right. She'll go out there and she'll be a better person. She'll be a better employer. A better employee the next job she finds. She obviously didn't care about the job that much if she was behaving like that. Maybe she got away with it so many times. Maybe she's been nasty with other customers so many times. She thought she was irreplaceable. She didn't realize that she was expendable. I know if I want to keep my job, if I got a job and I want to keep it, I'm going to operate within the rules. If I'm in customer service, well, I'm damn sure going to give this good service to the customer. How you going to work in customer service and give bad service and then try to play the victim? Now, I'm going to stand up for myself, and I'm going to bring it to them. A lot of times y'all be seeing these videos. We see these videos where people violate folks, in different establishments or whatever or wherever. Sometimes it ain't got nothing to do with an establishment. It might be on a property. Somebody saying you ain't supposed to be here or whatever. Who are you? I'm not letting it go. I'm not going to be just, oh yeah, you know what? The police come out and say, yeah, leave them alone. And nah, whoever brought that angst to me, whoever brought it to me, I'm going to handle them. They going to get handled. They going to pay for that. They're not going to just violate me. And we going to just let bygones be bygones. Nah, I'm going to punish them every time. I may have saved the next person from having to deal with that same old stuff. It's just like some of these racists out here. Some of these racists behave the way that they behave because they ain't never been challenged. They've never been challenged. They've never been handled. Handle them one time, nip it in the bud. So the buck stops here. When they finally meet me, that's where the buck gonna stop. I don't care how many times they gotten away with it. The buck gonna stop right then and there. Miss Jazzy, what's up? Miss Jazzy is in the building. Lenora McGee, what's up, Lenora? I'm pretty sure some other people going to start covering this story. Fatman Scoop was a good dude. He was legendary. I'm just an early bird fan when it comes to this news thing, Like as soon as I see it, I drop everything and I go live. When I get breaking news, I stop and I go live. Most of the time I go live. But something like this too with Fatman Scoop, that's legendary. Fatman Scoop is legendary. You got to give him his props. You know, you want to put it out there as soon as possible to to give him his props, pay homage. That's what I'm doing, really. These type of situations, I pay homage. I'm paying homage. Rod Pittman, what up? MD. CMC's technique. What's up, Tony Rain? Real seductive. Sandra D. What's up, Demetrius Roussard? Eastside OC. Jason McIntosh. Justin. Crafty Bernardo. What's up, Crafty Bernardo? It's Lips. What's that says? Floss on the track. Bless. Don't have a cause of death yet. Darren Allen, what's up? Birmingham, Alabama. Don't have a cause of death. All we know is that he had a medical emergency and, he died. He died. He collapsed on stage. He collapsed on stage in Hamden, Connecticut. He was on stage doing his thing. He walked around to where the DJ was, behind the turntables, and then you see him just drop. And then they were administering CPR, but he was gone. He died. They say he died on the way to the hospital. I'm not sure. I think he probably died before. I think they was just doing. I think they were just exhausting every method that they could to try to save him. But I think he was dead before he got in that ambulance. So Fatman Scoop, he was a mainstay in hip hop. He put a lot of work in. He definitely helped shape the landscape of hip hop over the last 20 years. So we just have to sometimes stop, fam, when we out here trying to make history and money. We got to make sure, and when we out here trying to check on everybody else and make sure everybody else good, we got to make sure we good too. especially those of us who helps a lot of people, right? Some of us, we help a lot of people. We do a lot. Well, for those of us who help a lot of people, then we're actually even more valuable. Our lives are even actually more valuable because of the impact. So we got to make sure that we make sure that we take care of ourselves first before we start trying to get out here and take care of other people. Making money to feed our families. We're trying to secure our legacy. But what good is it if you kill yourself trying to do it, trying to secure the legacy? Lucius Thomas. What's up? Greg Lucas. OSU says, Willie D, take care of yourself. Get your prostate checked, blood work, and colonoscopy. Done. Done. One of those things, man, that especially that prostate, man, that's something that men, we really struggle with a lot. But you got to get it done, fam. You just got to get it done. You got to get that colonoscopy. You got to get it done. You got to get that checkup before you mess around and check out. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Hip hop is just taking another big blow. R.I.P. Fatman Scoop. No more talk.